Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Alexandra and this is my first video. I want to give you a short introduction to myself and to this channel. So if you stumble across one of my videos in the future, this is the place to go to if you ask yourself, who is that person on the screen? I am German. I have been living in different European countries and at the moment I'm based in Germany. I've studied mathematics and I have a full-time traditional career in project management and program management. But this is not about me as a professional person. This is about me as a private person. So this channel is supposed to be entertainment, it's supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be communication, and it's supposed to be inspiring for people that have the same or similar interests as I do. I have watched myself a lot of YouTube videos in the last month, and I just really want to give something back to the community. So what is the content then? To answer that question, I have to take you back about 2 years ago. I was on a very long business trip in Spain, and when I had to pretty much move back to Germany, I decided to rent the car and not to take the plane because I just had a lot of luggage. On this, let's say, road trip from Spain all the way through France to Germany, I made small little videos for my friends to keep them honestly entertained, to tell them what is going on and to show them the different areas that I passed through, because you cannot drive non-stop. That is just not safe. So you have stops on the way. Being back in Germany, I thought, maybe that is something that I could share with more people, because maybe there are some people that would like to do a road trip like this and like to have that as an inspiration, and maybe it will answer some of their questions. Or maybe people just like to watch it. The only thing is, I just never did it until today. So one of the main contents of this channel will be travel activities, and some people would call it even adventures. Now, I don't call my own holidays adventures, but it's up to you. You can decide whether you think they're rather adventures or they're just holidays. To be honest, my hobbies do help a lot to make my holidays a bit, let's say, different from the normal ones. So, what is a normal holiday? Good question. So, I really like mountaineering, so I like to be in the mountains from time to time, and then I like to horseback riding and I like to go on trail rides, which means you are in the countryside riding from one place to the next with pretty much everything on the horse that you need for these days. One topic. Next topic. I like to put challenges for myself. Now, for me, this sounds somehow really, really weird, but I like to try new products. I'm just like curious about new things. And if I do this, my friends always say, "Oh, you're so analytical about it. It's like always science if you do something like this." And they are right. I mean, I was trained for years in university to be analytical. So, yes, I am. So, I have already two challenges in my mind. The one I've just finished. I was on a vegan diet for 1 month. Diet meaning just eating vegan food. And that was quite a challenge for me. I did have the feeling that I cannot digest dairy products that well anymore. So I thought, in this time with COVID and me being able to control 100% of the food that I eat, because I buy everything, I bring it into my home, it would be a good time to kind of skip dairy products for at least a couple of weeks. When deciding this, I thought, oh, why not just try to live vegan instead? So cut out the eggs and cut out the honey as well. Now you might ask yourself, and what about the meat and the fish? I'm not a big meat eater, so honestly, not eating meat for 1 or 2 months, that's not a challenge for me. That's not a very big deal. But I am in love with cheese and I love honey. I love the different flavors that you have there. And that was the challenge, and that was a really hard part. So I would like to take you onto this journey, what I experienced, how I felt, how I dealt with the difficulties, in this time, and also which influence it has on my future diet, on the things that I will eat in the future. The next challenge was actually a present to myself. I have it already. I found a 30-day Wavy challenge on the Bouclem website. So they have like this little box with hair products for either wavy or curly or coily hair. So wavy hair for me. And you will use their products for about 30 days and just see what happens. And you get like little information and like also little informative videos with it to help you to kind of like use the products in a good way. So that is something that I want to do. I am not the person for a lot of specific hairstyling and everything like this. Look at this. This is not styled. This is just hair. But I watch a lot of videos from people that actually are way more into this. So if you are really interested in this, there are so many YouTubers out there that have really good videos on it. That's not me. But I'm just somebody who tries somehow in a day-to-day basis, and I will try their challenge. So I will let you have an look on how I deal with this and how it works for me. So there are already 2 challenges that I can think of. Normally, things just kind of like pass my way, and I'll try to do this and that, and I just normally have quite a lot of ideas that I could try out. But if you have any, please feel free to leave them in your comments. If that's something that I would like to do, yes, sure, why not? And then there is a third topic that I am quite passionate about, and this is sharing my experience. Now, I do this in my professional life, of course, but here in my private life, I have some things that I tried out where I have some experiences and where I can just like share what I think worked good for me. And one of the things that I have in my mind are my trail running shoes. When I was in Spain, I went trail running very often. Like I was able to go trail running several times a week because I was just so close in the mountains and we had these lovely altitude differences. It was really fun. And of course, I needed some shoes for this, and I tried out different shoes. And yeah, now being back in Germany, I'm still jogging, trail running, something like this, because I don't have this high altitude difference, even though I'm running in the woods. It's uneven ground, it's not paved, and it had an influence on the shoes that I'm using right now, right here. So that's one thing that I would like to share with you. So it's kind of like, I don't know, I wouldn't call it a fully product review, but some information on this. And another point is, as I already mentioned, I like trail rides. So if you imagine yourself, you are on a horse for about 8 days. Everything that you can take with you is in the bags behind you. There's not a lot of space, and you don't want to be the smelly person after 5 days. So you have to pack very wisely, and you have to think about the stuff that you take with you. And I had to do this, and I did it, and it worked. At least for me, it worked. So I would like to share that as well. And this also has a very close influence on the way I do pack and on the clothes that I use for my mountaineering as well. I mean, both of those sports are kind of separate, but if you don't have a lot of space and you have to wear the same clothes for quite a while, this is the part that both of these sports have in common. So with that experience, I did change a bit the clothing that I'm using for going into the mountains and also for some of my other sports. And I pretty much can kind of like tell you already, we're talking a lot about, of course, clothes that are made of wool, because this is just stuff that doesn't stink. So yes, that is one of the other things. So these are already some ideas that I have in my head. And if you are interested in them, if you think that is something that you'd like to know something about, you're very welcome to follow this channel. You're even very welcome to subscribe to this channel. I will broadcast videos in the future quite regularly because I have all these ideas in my head. But I'm not going to promise you that I will broadcast a video every week, because once my ideas are gone and maybe I don't have a perfectly new idea, I'm not going to broadcast the video. I will broadcast videos when there's something that I would like to share and I would like to tell you. So at the moment, it does look quite good because there are a lot of ideas in my head. So stay tuned, and I hope to see you in the near future on this channel again. Until then, take care. Bye.